What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris and
Mal.
podcast, episode 1. Thank y'all for tuning in, watching. We're excited about this first episode, man. We've been planning this thing for a long time. Before we get into our topics, what's up, Mal? How you living, man? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. You know what I mean? Just trying to survive this heat. You know how it is in Vegas, man.
Yeah,
Be
man.
melting out here, brother.
Yeah, I'm just coming back from Virginia. I just saw my daughter graduate, so it's a little different out there.
Yeah, congratulations to her.
Thanks, man. Shout out to my daughter Winter. Yeah, she graduated. But yeah, it's different out in Virginia, man.
Man, I can't leave bad boy out in that country, boy.
It's grass, man. That Uber ride from Richmond to Lynchburg.
Right.
Ah, man, that took forever, bro. It was like a 2-hour drive, bro.
Man, I can only imagine, bro. I don't remember Virginia, man. I was born out in Hampton, man, but I can only imagine what it's like out there right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was crazy. But other than that, man, everything's good, man. You ready to get into these topics, man?
Man, let's do it, man. We've been working hard at this, man. So, man, let's do it, man. Let's get this episode 1 going.
Let's go on, man. All right, man. Well, for those that don't know, okay, topics of the day. But for those that don't know, Shannon Sharpe is leaving Undisputed. Now, if you watch Undisputed, especially in these past couple of years, you'll probably, saw the writing on the wall. There's been episodes where Skip has kind of went overboard, and kind of talked down to Shannon, said some things to Shannon that probably he shouldn't have said, especially if he considers him a brother like he always says he's doing. Yeah, I know people say brothers fight, get into it, whatever. But there's a level of respect you got to show somebody, especially on national TV, somebody of Shannon Sharpe's stature, who's a Hall of Famer, 3-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, about.
Probably top 5 in his position
For
alone. Sure. So you got to put some respect on Shannon Sharpe, and especially when in one in particular episode, it was the episode where they was talking about Tom Brady. It just got real heated. Shannon took his glasses off. Skip told him to put his glasses back on, and it wasn't a good look. And even the DeMar Hamlin situation, where Skip said some stuff, and Shannon said, he decided not to come to that episode. He wanted Skip to apologize. And Skip butted in on that, and they kind of got into it there. So you kind of saw the writing on the wall. Now, what are your thoughts on Shannon leaving Undisputed?
Honestly, I think it's a good move for him. You know what I mean? As you said, you kind of saw the writing on the wall, man. You could see that it was a lot of built up frustration, pension, whatever it is that's going on in the background with them. You know what I mean? Skip tends to say some of the most wild stuff you could ever come across. You know what I mean? From Tim Tebow to all that stuff, man, that people just question. You know what I mean? So, but he did say some disrespectful things to Shannon that I thought was a little overboard, you know what I mean? So, but I think Shannon has so much going on for himself as far as like he has his new liquor product, his podcast is booming. I saw he's doing some stuff with some gardening thing or whatever. I don't know what else he's got going on. Yeah. And then on top of that, I saw my man Stephen A. Smith coming out, discussing about the possibilities of him maybe even coming to First Take, where he was very open to that. I want that to happen. Stephen A. Smith, Shannon, please make that happen. I think you guys will be great for the culture, and it'll be great, amazing television, man, if those two guys came across together.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind him being on First Take, but at the same time, I kind of want Shannon to get his own show.
Yeah.
I think he's earned that. I think he's learned a lot. Being on Undisputed, his market has risen, and I think Skip knew that. I think he knew that the popularity of Shannon rose above Skip, because Skip is known as the debate guy, and he started Cold Pizza and First Take, and he kind of started the debate format of how most shows are ran nowadays anyway. You look on every sports show, it's always a panel of 2 to 3 to 4 people debating on whatever topics that are going on for the day. Right. So Skip kind of started it first with, it got big with him and Stephen A. anyone ever took Shannon Sharpe, made Shannon a hot commodity, and now
Right.
Shannon, like you said, his podcast is booming with the interviews he's got going on there.
Right.
He's doing stuff like you said with the gardening, and he probably got other things going for himself. So I wouldn't mind him going to ESPN or even staying on Fox Sport and having his own show and have some people come on. But if he goes to First Take, I'm not gonna hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't gonna be mad at it. You know, him and Stephen A. will definitely have. You know, it's gonna be definitely shouting matches.
For sure. Well, let me ask you something. Do you think the way Undisputed is right now, because you tend to watch the show and they kind of repeat the same topic over and over again, and they just try to find different variations on how to ask the question. Do you think Skip Bayless is starting to get respectfully played out?
Yes and no. Yes, because like you said, the topics. I think what his subject matter is always running stale because he only talks about the Cowboys, the Lakers, LeBron James, and it was Tom Brady. But now that Tom Brady's gone, he's searching for whatever he can latch on to now. It might be Joe Burrows the way he talked about Joe Burrows now. So.
Oh man, don't get me started, boy. I already know how you are.
It might be Joe Burrows the way he talking about Joe Burrows. So
right.
I don't know, but I don't think. But no, because the one thing about Skip Bayless that I'll give him credit for is that people watch his show because they hate him. It's almost like the Floyd Mayweather effect.
Yeah.
People watched Floyd Mayweather to lose, even though they knew deep down inside he was not about to lose this fight. There's just this punctured chance that he might get knocked out.
Right.
Watch
100. Yeah.
So
100.
People watch Skip, and I tend to do it because of course, we watched the show for Shannon, and even when he was with Stephen A, we watched it for Stephen A.
Yeah,
but we watched it also to cuss out Skip.
Right.
We cussing the TV out. We find ourselves coming right back watching the show. Man, he ridiculous, man. Skip sounds stupid. But then we go right back the next day and watch the show again and watch him spit the same stuff that he's been spitting since we've been watching Skip on TV. And he's probably going to find somebody. And I don't know if he's going to keep Undisputed going. Who's he going to debate?
Well, Fox always going to have the debate show. They have to have the debate show. You know what I mean? It's still kind of going strong right now, with the debate topics and all that. So I personally think, I kind of lean towards the Nick Wright, but at the same time, I don't know. You know what I mean? I think Nick Wright will be really good for the show, especially with his personality. And, he has that, LeBron love affair thing going on as well, too. And so I think they would mesh pretty well. How long that lasts, I have no idea. You know what I mean? Because those are very strong-minded, brothers out there. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be interesting. I know you brought up the topic about maybe Shannon doing his own show. Like, what kind of show would you want him to do? You know what I mean? Would you want him to do more of like an interview type of show, a debate type of show? Like, well, what do you think?
I mean, he could do a debate show. I mean, if he's going to do the debate thing, then yeah, he might as well go to First. If he's going to ESPN, might as well go to First Take and maximize his likeness, his popularity over there with Stephen A. I know I've heard some people against it and said, no, they shouldn't do it because nobody wants to hear them yell at each other all day. But but people are going to, I mean, it's going to make for good TV regardless. And the thing about First, I've always said this. I always felt like the personalities for Undisputed, the two, Skip and Shannon, their interaction was always better, but the topics were better on First Take.
Right.
Because they had so many variety. They had more variety. They didn't just talk about LeBron James, the Cowboys, or whatever. They talked about everything. Like, if there was a topic out there, they were going to cover it and they were going to speak on it. So the show as itself, a First Take, is better. Right. But the personalities on Undisputed were better to me.
Okay. So let me do a fictional thing with you. Let me do a fictional trade. So we're going to do like a fictional trade with those guys. So what if I presented you a trade for Shannon Sharpe for JJ Redick and you swapped them out? What do you think?
I mean, that wouldn't be bad, but I don't know. I think Skip like debating black people. I think he like debating brothers. I don't know what it
Right.
is. I just think he like debating the brothers, man.
Right. I
What I'm
get you. I get you.
what I'm scared for Undisputed is that because it's all well known that Skip runs that show. Like that's his show. He
100.
has
Mm-hmm.
he has say so on who's on it, who's not on it, so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared that he's going to do the safe thing and get a Chris Broussard, who's he's debated in the past on ESPN,
Please do not.
or he's going to go even worse and go get Rob Parker,
Woo! No.
who he used to debate on First Take a lot too, and it's going. But
Brody.
if he's smart, he would just go to Nick Wright and say, "Look, bro, here's a check. I'll raise your pay." From first things first, come over. We can make great TV. I know you want because I think Nick Wright is sitting and waiting for Colin Cowherd to retire.
Oh, for sure. He said that on his show. He came on his show. It's like, yo, I'm waiting for you,
so he can take over that show.
Right.
So he can have his own show. But until then, because Colin ain't going nowhere no time soon. So
no.
So you got a better chance with Skip.
Right.
Croaky,
yeah,
I want the man to die.
For sure. Like I think Skip can definitely give him a bigger bag, man, especially with as much power he has. Like if he wants Nick Wright and Nick Wright wants a certain type of bag and they want to make that happen, they can make that happen. So if I'm Nick Wright, you want more money, it's time to partner up with Skip for sure.
Yeah. So I mean I think both shows. I think both of them will be fine. Mm-hmm. I don't think nothing's really gonna happen to their shows. Shannon will be fine wherever he does. I think Skip will find a person that's gonna continue to keep the ratings up on Undisputed because he's not stupid.
For sure.
He knows if Nick Wright comes over there or somebody who's a little bit more controversial that can go over there. Even what's the boy from Speak that thinks he's smarter than everybody in the room? He's
what guy?
The one he used to play for.
Emmanuel. I forgot his last name, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Even I think because he has that smart guy complex, I think him and Skip would probably have their heated debates or whatever. But Nick Wright is the better personality.
What about? Hey, hold on. Sorry to cut you off, brother. But what about the beautiful Joy Taylor?
I wouldn't be mad at Joy. I think Joy would bring some. I think her and Skip would have their debates or whatever, and she has a respect for Skip, and I think I think she has a respect on FS1 period from all the guys on there because she knows her stuff. She was close to the NFL for her brother. You know what I'm saying? So she knows what she's talking about. It's not like she's just some girl up there just to look cute. She's pretty. The pretty part is just to add it on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, nothing to take against that. This is all respect. You know what I mean? She's very talented at what she does. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. She got it going on, brother. She got it going on.
No, she's beautiful. But no, definitely. I wouldn't mind Joy Taylor being on there with Skip. That would be a good look, and it'll probably open it up for the women. Not to say that women don't watch Undisputed, but more women will probably watch Undisputed if she's on there speaking up against Skip. Especially with Skip's controversial takes and the way she, Taylor don't play. She don't play. She'll come back at you. Whatever topic she has. So
for sure, yeah, it's only a matter of time before there's a female Skip Bayless, female Stephen A. Smith for sure. It's only a matter of time.
Most definitely. So yeah, I wouldn't mind Joy Taylor, but my first choice would be Nick Wright because Nick would bring. Because I know a level of people who don't like Nick Wright just as much as they don't like Skip Bayless.
But you got to have that level of hate for you to succeed at the end of the day. Like if they don't hate you, you're not moving needles for sure.
Yeah. So and he definitely on FS1 he moves the needle. So
100%.
Regardless of what you think of Nick Wright, he moves the needle. I know he has a real love. His love affair, LeBron, is like what's the name's love affair for Tom Brady. So
oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
I mess with Nick Wright because he's a Chiefs fan. So
we're not. I already know, man. Y'all Chiefs fans, boy.
So I want my man to succeed, but
yeah. I can't really say much right now. But how that goes. So I'll just keep a hush right now.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
I'll have my day. I'll have my day.
We'll talk about it. But the NBA Finals, man. Now look, I'm gonna be real. I don't I'm gonna get on my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get back on
Mm-hmm.
watching basketball. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
For sure. Because we got this podcast, and I want to be
Mm-hmm.
able to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
But
Yeah, man.
these past, I couldn't watch the two games because I won the first game. I was on the plane, so I couldn't watch it. And the second one, I just came back in town. I was tired. I slept all day yesterday.
I can
So
understand. I can understand.
that that jet lag hit your boy with the uppercuts. So
For sure. I already know.
so give us your play-on-play analysis of the NBA Finals so far.
So I think so far with the NBA Finals, it's been more intriguing than I thought it would be. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I am rooting for the Heat. I am a Laker fan though. I am a Laker fan. But I think so far that I think the Heat have done a really good job to, try to, keep up with the Nuggets offense. At the end of the day, you're not gonna stop Jokic from you're not gonna stop him. He's gonna get his points, he's gonna get his rebounds, he's gonna get assists. At the end of the day, I think what the Heat did very well was just try to contain the other guys. You know what I mean? Whatever team hits the most threes, I think is going to win the series. The Heat game 2, they went off. You know what I mean? You had Strus going off. Duncan Robinson had an amazing fourth quarter. Bam Adebayo, he was great. He was great. You know what I mean? The one person I need to still step up. I don't know what's going on with my man Jimmy Butler, but he needs to step up. I haven't seen the guy that was playing against the Bucks or the Knicks, you know what I mean, where he had that fire intensity. I know he has that ankle injury, so I'm sure he's probably still affected to that. And then I've also heard a couple rumors. I'm not going to say anything because I don't know if it's true, where he might be going through some personal things that might also be affecting him mentally. But then at the end of the day, this is the NBA Finals. You don't have many opportunities to win a championship in the NBA. It's one of the hardest things to do next to Super Bowl or whatever. So I think right now going into game 3, it's going to be – I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm going to be curious to see if Jamal Butler will have a little bit better game. He wasn't too bad last game. Michael Porter Jr., we need you to step up. You're getting paid over $100 million. Like, what you going to do, brother? I know you're talented. You can do it all if you really want to put your mind to it, my man. But that game, 5 points, no rebounds, no assists, no steals, no nothing. It was kind of bad last night. Jokic needs a little bit more help. But at the end of the day, you cannot count out the Heat, man. The Heat, Eric Spoelstra, I think he's probably top 1, 2 next to Ty Lue is best coaches in the league. Greg Popovich, I always will put him up high regard. But we all know, he's going to probably retire soon. Obviously, with the Wembanyama thing, he's probably going to have a couple extra years. But Eric Spoelstra, man, he's an amazing coach. You know what I mean? So you can never count out those guys. They always talk about the Heat culture. And I think they've proven it that it really is a real thing, these playoffs, man. They ran through the Bucks. They ran through the Knicks. Thank God they beat the Celtics, man, because I don't know if I could have stomached watching the Celtics have a chance to win the finals respectfully. But man, but yeah, man, I think a lot of people are surprised how well these finals have looked, especially game 2. So man, you're gonna have to start watching these games, man. It's getting pretty good out there.
No, I'm gonna watch game 3 for sure. Three for sure. So what are you looking at? What are you thinking? What does your heart say?
So my heart says the Heat in 7. I think Jimmy Butler is going to come out strong. My head says the Nuggets are still going to win the series. You know what I mean? I think Jokic is he's too good, man. He does these moves, man. He'll be spinning around, right hook, bouncing around the rim 3-4 times, and it still goes in. As a Laker fan, when I saw that series, man, like they made some of the most ridiculous shots. You know what I mean? Like you had Jokic, doing a fadeaway 3-pointer all net. You know what I mean? It's very demoralizing, man, how this guy he controls the game so well, man. You don't see guys like him too often. But you know what I mean? I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm gonna stick to my morals. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna say Heat in 7. I think Jimmy Butler is gonna come out strong. I think he's gonna be back to himself. And I think the series is going to be amazing, man. I think it's going to be I kind of reassured game 2 that I think this series is going to be really good.
Cool. Well, we'll see, brother. I'm going to be interested to see what I see on game 3, man.
Yeah, we'll see what's up, man.
Still in the NBA. Now, we saw some news today. Your man Kyrie is doing some recruiting. He's trying to get LeBron James to come to the Mavs. Mm-hmm. Now, what are your thoughts? Because this affects your Lakers.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, brother?
So when I first saw this, Sham Sharani, shout out to you, brother. You know what I mean? I saw him posted this tweet, and the first thing I did, I laughed. I laughed really hard, man. I really did. I thought this was, excuse my language, the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, man. But in all honesty, man, when I thought about it, I was like, the Mavs have nothing to offer. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do this trade, the only thing that would be logistically that you could offer would be Luka Doncic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, would Luka be willing to leave the Mavs and come to the Lakers? I don't know. Maybe he looked He looked very frustrated the last time we saw him. You know what I mean? In the season where the Mavs, couldn't make the playoffs or the play-in. I'll say this. I would not be mad if the Lakers decided to reboot things. I wouldn't be mad if they traded LeBron. I don't think it will happen. I think the Lakers will end up just keeping everybody for the most part. Definitely, I think they'll keep Reeves. I think they'll keep Rui. I think they will keep Lonnie. I think everybody else, Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba, I don't think they'll be there this time next year. I would love to have Dennis Schroeder, but I don't know what kind of money he's going to command, especially with the new CBA, man. If I was listening to some developments about the new CBA, about how it's going to be really tough, man, to sign multiple stars, and it's going to kind of cut the middlemen out, you know what I mean, as far as money wise. So I'm kind of curious to see how that goes and how much money these guys are going to command. Austin Reeves is rumored to command over about $100 million. So that's a steep price. But I love Austin Reeves. I think Austin Reeves is a great dude. Shout out to him for making the U.S. team for the FIBA games, and we'll see, but I really don't see this happening. I really don't even see Kyrie coming to the Lakers happening. To me, this is just another LeBron, Kyrie, ploy to try to test the waters and see what they can get. You know what I mean? I think LeBron, he's a great player. But at the end of the day, he is getting older. Father Time does not lose, and my real thought is how much leverage does LeBron really have now? You know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, if he really wants to go to the Mavs, the Lakers can be like, all right, you want to go to the Mavs? That's fine, but we're going to do it on our terms. You can't sit here and tell us if you want to sit, fine. That's another year you're losing that you could play, and you only have so many years left. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I think this is just another play to try to see if LeBron can get what he wants, and for sure, I think he wants to play with Kyrie again.
Do you see us? A way that Kyrie ends up on the Lakers?
Yeah, like there is a way. Like if we don't sign Austin Reeves, we don't sign Rui. Like there was reports about saying that there's a possibility we could keep Reeves and still get Kyrie. Now we would lose Rui, but then you still have to figure out. You got Anthony Davis coming up. You got to figure out what you want to do with him. You got LeBron. Obviously, he's there's rumors about him wanting to play with his son. So you got to assume that he's not going to be coming to the Lakers unless, something happens, where we would pick him up. But right now, man, as a Laker fan, I'm not going to lie, man. I've been kind of burnt out with the LeBron AD thing for the past year or two. Honestly, it's just a constant roller coaster. I do appreciate those guys winning us a chip. I don't care if it was in a bubble or not, man. Winning the finals is always hard, as I said before. But I said I wouldn't mind if we ended up rebooting our team. Keeping Reeves, keeping Dennis, keeping Rui, and then maybe just trying to start building back up like when we used to have Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma and Lonzo Ball and all those guys. And I honestly really wouldn't mind that at all.
Cool. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. It's interesting to see Kyrie sitting up here trying to get LeBron James on the Mavericks when
go for it.
He begged to leave LeBron years ago.
Hey, bro, go for it, man. I would love to see how that's going to work with Luka dominating the ball, LeBron dominating the ball, Kyrie dominating the ball. No defense will be played, but they will score 150. And they probably all won't play 82 games. So, and then that team around them is just going to look so bad. But if it happens, man, I'm not going to shed tears. I'm really not.
Personally, I don't see it happen. I'm like you. I just think it's a bunch of talk. I don't see LeBron leaving Dallas, especially with his son going to USC. Yeah,
no, 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 no.
Well, let's switch up sports, man. Talks a little bit of boxing, man. This might be the best year of boxing in history, man, because we're getting all the fights that we've been asking for. We're finally getting them, in this new age of boxing, the promoters, it's all about money, of course. This promotion team wants this split. This promotion team thinks they deserve this split. Then they got the A side, the B side. Then there's like 100 million belts out there. So, you got about 4 or 5 belts in each division. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it used to be one belt back in the day, and everybody fight for that belt. Now it's like this dude got a belt. Oh, this dude over here is a champion too. Who the hell is he? Like, you don't even know who some of these champions are. So this year, finally, we've been getting the fights that we've been asking for. Set it off with Caleb Plant and Benavidez. That was a good fight. We got Tank and Garcia. That was, it was for what it was. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? We just saw the controversial Lomachenko and Devin Haney fight. I thought Loma won. You thought Loma won too. But it was a close fight. I wasn't mad for Haney getting the win. It was a very, very close fight. So I'm not one of these people that thought it was a robbery. Like, a robbery to me is like, dude was just getting smoked like the last 4 rounds or whatever. And then that to me would have been a robbery. But a lot of them rounds was like it could have went either way. Like it was like, they could have gave it to Hayden, he could have gave it to Loma. So, but it was a good fight regardless. This weekend we're getting Josh Taylor versus Teofimo. That should be a good fight in the UK. We're also getting Adrian Broner's fighting this weekend too. For those that don't know,
I totally forgot about that. Oh wow!
He's under Don King under that flyer that looks like they did that on a old PC.
Don King's still alive. Don King's still alive.
He's still alive.
Man.
Yeah. He's promoted by Don King now, but he's fighting this weekend. Then we got we also got Stephen Fulton versus I'm not you try to butcher that dude's name, but the Japanese dude of Japan.
I think it's like Nahu or something.
Yeah, Nahu, whatever his name is. That's going to be for the undisputed, I think, Bantam championships.
I think so.
And then you got the fight of all fights, Spence versus Crawford. We're finally getting that fight. We're not going to get a Pacquiao Mayweather situation where these dudes is like 40 years old and they finally want to fight each other. We're getting them in their prime when they still got juice in the tank and they can fight. What are your thoughts on this year of boxing before we get into the big fight?
Man, it's been a thing I think a lot of boxing fans have been waiting for, man. This has been a beautiful year. No matter how some of these boxing fights have gone, some of them have been controversial. Some of them, I guess you could say, have been a little underwhelming. But overall, man, I think this has been great for boxing, man. I think we got to get away from the days of, all respect to Mayweather, man. He was one of the greatest of all time. But the zero shouldn't really affect you too bad, man. At the end of the day, man, boxing is a sport where you can lose at any given moment, any given second in a 12-round fight, man. So, man, I want to give a shout out to every single boxer, man, who's made these fights, from Gervonta, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo, Josh Taylor, Terrence Spence, all these guys, man. I really want to shout y'all out, man, because you guys are giving us something that a lot of boxing fans will never forget as far as this year goes. I thought that Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia fight was really electric. You know what I mean? Was it a little bit of a disappointment with how it ended? Maybe a little bit, but no, overall, man, everybody kind of saw the writing on the wall with that, man. Gervonta was just a better fighter. I think Ryan Garcia has a lot going for him, but he still has a lot to learn. I think he did a good job with picking Errol Spence's trainer. I'm very curious to see how that goes. Hopefully we get the Rolly fight with him. And then we got the Teofimo Josh Taylor fight this weekend, man. I think that one's going to be a really good fight. I think that's going to be an exciting fight. I think Teofimo will win that fight. It seems like he seems motivated. I think if you get a motivated Teofimo, he's a hell of a fighter, man. I know he said a lot of controversial stuff over the past month, man, but overall, man, no one can dispute that when this man is motivated and he's locked in, he's one of the better boxers in this world. You know what I mean? So I'm very curious. And then, man, I cannot wait for July 29th, brother. I really cannot wait. I saw them tickets. I am not buying them tickets, bro. Them things is too expensive, brother. Too expensive. I got to buy this house, bro. I can't do it. But I will be watching that fight. No, you will be watching that fight. We might be watching that fight together. So, but man, oh man. That's I've been waiting for this fight for a couple years now, brother. I know you were talking about. I was not convinced this fight was gonna happen. For the past month, you'd be like, man, it's gonna happen. But yeah.
I saw too much smoke, man. And I know they kept changing the dates, but once it's smoke, it's gotta be a little bit of fire, And I just heard the way Spence and how mostly Spence. How Spence was talking, and he was like, they've been in conversation. They cut the middleman out. Him and Crawford been kind of talking every day, once a week, twice a week. So that was a good sign to me. It wasn't Al Heyman, and it was just strictly those two talking. Let's get this fight going, because I know they both wanted. And I think a lot of boxers get a lot of bad rap of, oh, he's ducking this dude. It don't always be the boxers. It be the promoters that want to keep their cash cow with the old, because they don't want that blemish on there, because they trying to rank in the money and the people. But at the end of the day, the fighters want to fight. You know what I'm saying? The best, the top ones want to fight the top ones. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to duck each other or drop belts and move up. And I don't want to touch that dude. No, they want to fight each other. And I believe Crawford and Spence want to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes are just cut from a different cloth. They're not made, with this, oh, I'm a duck and dodge this dude. They've never ducked anybody that was in front of them, that that was presented to them. They've always, took the fights that they needed to take to consider themselves the best. And there's another one right here. There's Crawford is going to be able to prove that he's one of the best in 147, because there's always people that talk about, oh, he's never fought anybody. He's been on top rank 147 fighters over there they're not as skilled as the one over there on PBC. So it's always that talk, what I'm saying? And then Spence, his resume, they say is a little bit better than Crawford's. He's fought, Porter, he's fought you guys, he's fought, Danny Garcia, he's fought some guys on that list. And so he gets a little bit, I think, higher regard, even though I feel like Crawford is the better boxer. I do think he's the better boxer, and I think on July 29th, I'm not going to make no bones about it. I'm Team Crawford. I think, my man Mal over here is Team Crawford too. We talk about it all the time. I believe Crawford's going to show everybody on July 29th that he's the best at 147.
So stylistically, how do you think this fight's going to go, man? How do you see this thing playing out?
I think in the first few rounds, I think Errol Spence is going to try to apply pressure like he always does. I think he's going to try to chop him down like he does every fighter. He goes to the body. I think Errol Spence probably has the best out of most fighters. He has the best body work, out of all fighters. Him going to the body is probably the best in professional boxing. So I think he's going to try to slow Crawford down with the body work. Now with Crawford, I think he's going to try to switch things up with the different stances that he does. He may come out orthodox and then they'll come out southpaw. He might try to switch it up, try to confuse Errol Spence, to get his pattern down, get his timing down. And once, he figures him out, I think that's when he's going to, put together his clinic of boxing skills. And in the late, it's all about the later rounds in this fight. Once it gets to like 7, 8, that's when the championship rounds are going to start coming in and see who's the better fighter. Because a lot of people are predicting a knockout. I don't see a knockout. I wouldn't, if it happens, I'm not going to, it will happen like in the 7th or 8th round. I believe that's where it would happen. I'm not predicting some early round 2 knockout. Somebody.
No, that's not happening now.
Because I do also feel like it's going to be a chess match. The first 2 rounds, when 2 great fighters get together, the first 2 rounds usually are the worst rounds because they're trying to figure each other out. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to make a mistake. So I can see that too. It's a slow round, figuring each other out. And then by the 3rd or 4th round, they start attacking. And I think it's going to be an explosive match. Definitely. There's going to be a lot of hard hits up in here.
No, I totally agree. I was low-key watching some highlights the other day, man. And just looking at the highlights between both fighters, I really believe that. I know a lot of people say that Spence has, the more power in the punches, but man, I've seen a couple Terrence Crawford hits, man, where he can lay that wood too. You know what I mean? I just said, both of these boxers are amazing fighters, man. You know what I mean? But I just think, man, Terrence Crawford's a little quicker. His footwork's a little bit better. His head movement's a little bit better. I think it's going to be hard for Spence to hit him cleanly a lot. I think he'll get some hits. He'll definitely get some hits. He's too good of a boxer not to get some clean hits. I think we're definitely going to find out who has the better chin out of these two, because these two will get rocked at some point. But man, I'm going for Terrence Crawford. But this fight is going to be something that it's going to be amazing, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for July 29th for sure.
Yeah, man, it's definitely going to tell you who's the best at 147. And, it's a 2-fight deal, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's a rematch. Unless somebody just gets demolished, like round 1, 2, somebody gets knocked out, just laid out.
Yeah, man, boy. If somebody gets knocked out like Marlon Lawrence, boy, like that's gonna be no rematch.
Or even if it's like one of them one-sided, like dude just arrow spins, or even probably just looks beat the hell up, eyes swelled up, face all beat up, and he's just taking punishment the whole fight, but got heart. So he's staying in there.
Right.
I can see them foregoing that rematch clause and just be like, nah, we good.
Right.
And because I think whoever wins these 1 or 2 fights are going to move up to 154 and challenge whoever's at 154. I know Bud, if he wins these 2 fights, he's definitely going to fight Charlo for that 154.
Yeah, that would be a really good fight to see too. Now, let me ask you something. So we know Devin Haney beat Lomachenko. What do you think he should do? Do you think he should stay at the same weight class he was at and try to fight Tank, or do you think he should move on up?
If he wants the big bag, he got to stay and fight Tank. Now I got him losing the Tank. He might get knocked out for that.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. But one thing I could say, he could still fight Tank. Let's say he loses and gets knocked down, or just loses to Tank. He could still move up to 140. You know what I'm saying? Because he's young. He's 23, 24?
Oh, yeah.
He's still young. He move up to 140 and try his success in there and do his thing there. Still and reestablish himself as a top fighter in the 140 position. Because the 140 right now, there's not a lot of elite fighters in the 140 division right now.
No.
It's like Regis, Pragas, and Josh Taylor right now.
Yeah, you got Ryan moved up recently, so you got to see how that goes too.
So I could see him doing both, but if he wants the bag, if he wants the big money fight in Las Vegas, probably T-Mobile, he got to fight Tank.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he needs to just go ahead and get that bag, man, because I think that would be a big money maker right there. Get that bag. As I said, man, don't let if he loses. Let's say he wins, man, he'll go down as one of the greatest, honestly, as far as in that division. But if he loses, so what? At the end of the day, I don't think a loss should deter you or disrespect who you are as a boxer or your career. As I said, he's young, man. He has a lot of growth in this sport, man, that he could still establish a great legacy even with a loss to Tank. So I really think he should go that route as well. You know what I mean? I think that would be a really interesting fight.
What I think's gonna happen, he gonna move up to 140, drop them belts, and fight Regis Progress for that 140 belt. And I think they're gonna order Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko for those vacated belts.
So have you seen all this talk between Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya? What do you think about that?
I think it's time for Ryan Garcia to get a new manager because Oscar De La Hoya, he just been talking today. He put it on Twitter, told Eddie Hearns to mind his business or else. This is a warning.
Oh my god!
This is a warning.
Oh my god! Oscar got to lay. Yeah, Oscar
I even retweeted him with the little ooh.
Yo, Oscar got to lay off the pumps, bro. Like he tripping right now, man. He needs to just chill out, bro. Man, he's wilding out, man. He did Ryan dirty as hell, leaving him out to dry at that press conference at the end of that fight, man. So I'm Team Ryan on this one, man. I think Oscar De La Hoya. I think he wants to get that Manny Pacquiao fight because I feel like this is his last hurrah as far as with Ryan Garcia because we all see the writing on the wall with that. So he wants to get that big money fight, even though Manny Pacquiao, come on, bro, really? Manny Pacquiao? I like respect to Manny Pacquiao back in the day, but this man, bro, this man got to retire, bro. I know he has like 35 kids and he owes whoever he owes in the Philippines, whatever it is. But my guy, like, man, stop lacing those gloves up, bro. Retire, bro. Be a politician like he was gonna do, man. Like, just let it go, bro. Let it go.
Just like Mayweather. I'm tired of him parading around in these exhibition fights, fighting these mechanics.
Hey, man, bro. Hey, bro, you be doing the same thing, bro. If they were to pay you like $5-10 million.
I ain't mad at him. He getting like $5-10 million.
Yeah.
School teachers and mechanics and stuff.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I know, man.
He fights Sunday, by the way. Matter of fact,
he fights Sunday. Hey, don't they have like your boy Jake Paul fighting soon? And he fighting soon? Ain't he fighting like Nate Diaz or something like that?
Yeah, he fighting Nate Diaz.
When is that?
I think it's in August.
August?
Yeah, it's in August. Yeah,
man, I don't know.
I'm not.
No Jake Paul for you? No Jake Paul?
Man, I'm not supporting that guy. I mean, get your money. Like, I respect, get your money. If they want to pay you to box these MMA fighters and stuff, that's cool, man. But I want get in there with some boxers, man. I don't even care if they like. I ain't telling you to get in there with some of the top ranked dudes. Like you get whooped on. Like it wouldn't even get past the first round. But at least get down and get in there with some low level guys or somebody who's a respectable boxer. Like, come on, man.
So how do you feel when you have certain people say that Jake Paul has helped the sport of boxing? Like, what do you say to that? Do you believe that?
No, he's only helped it because he's got these casual people who just want to see, celebrity boxing. But has he helped the sport? No, because real talk, all these people who claim that boxing is so dead, but yet these MMA fighters want to come over here and box. If it's so dead, why are they coming over here?
Like, because they ain't getting paid in the UFC. That's why. They ain't getting paid. That's why.
Yeah. It's such a dead sport. It shouldn't be no money in boxing, right? Like, it's a dead sport. But come on, man. Like, don't tell me boxing is dead. Like, it's not dead. Yes. Do the fights that we want get made like we wanted to? No, because there's not like one, league of boxing where the president says, oh, you fight this guy and you fight that guy, like UFC does. Like, UFC has that. They got one entity where they say, you going to fight the best and you going to fight the best. Boxing is different. It's a bunch of promoters, trying to get money for their fighters and keep money in their pocket. And so it's a money grab up in boxing. And judging is bad in boxing too, so it kind of makes it look faulty. But as far as the sport goes, I don't think boxing is dead. I just feel like casuals, they just want to see knockouts so much. They don't really care about the sweet science no more. Like they don't care about, they think if somebody's moving around and not getting hit, oh, he's running. No, it's called boxing. You hit to not get hit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the name of the sport. Most, some boxers, they like to sit in the middle and beat the hell out of each other, which don't get it twisted. I love those fights too, but you got to respect all spectrums of boxing too. There's so many styles of boxing that, some guys like to move around and be flashy. Some guys like to just get in there and beat the hell out of each other. But that's just all. It's just like MMA. There's so many different styles of MMA. My problem with MMA, and I know you're an MMA guy, you watch MMA. My problem with MMA is it's just so oversaturated. It's like every week is a damn card. Like, God, damn, man.
Well, I think I don't think it's the cards per se that because I think it's good. I think that has some good and some bad with that. Like if you're into the UFC thing, you'll get to see a lot of new fighters, especially every week. You'll see like a new fighter. They just started that new show with Conor McGregor and Chandler, so they're supposed to be fighting soon. So you got a lot of up and coming new fighters. So I think it's a good way for them to present newer fighters out there because I think UFC right now is struggling with an identity as far as like who their superstars are right now. I think Izzy is still a superstar. You got Conor McGregor coming back. You got John Jones there. So I think they're starting to find their little wave of having big time fights again. How long that lasts, I don't know. Who knows how long Conor McGregor is going to be around. You already got John Jones saying that this would probably be his next fight with Stipe might be his last fight. And then Izzy, Izzy going to be around for a while. So you will always have them. And Kamaru Usman, he's had a couple bad breaks the last couple fights and all that. So we'll see what's up, man. There's plenty of good UFC fighters out there. I just think with the whole boxing thing with Jake Paul, I tend to agree with you. I think he helps in the sense of like he puts more eyes to the sport to help people understand it more, I guess, if you really want to understand the sport better. But overall, though, I think he's helped. No, I don't think he's done anything drastically to help boxing. I think boxing will always be around. I just think these promoters, I think this year should be a bright light on what boxing needs to consistently happen. I think there's still things that can be done. I think as far as like eliminating some of these titles, like, bro, we don't need a WBCA, a WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine, boxing. Like, we don't need all these, man. Just get a welterweight belt, a heavyweight belt, a lightweight belt, featherweight, stuff like that. We don't need all these different belts. Like, it's just annoying because it's like it's too confusing. Like for us, we kind of get it, but for casuals, it's too much to understand. You know what I mean? Because you can't defer who's champion and who's not. You got this guy with 2 belts, but you got this guy with 3. You know what I mean? So it's too confusing. And then these promoters, man, make the big fights. Who cares if your fighter takes a loss? It all depends on how that fighter looks in the fight. If he looks still amazing in the fight and it was a close loss, people aren't going to downplay him anymore. They're going to be like, yo, he lost a close fight. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Come back and try again. You might beat him next time. You know what I mean? So hopefully this is not the outlier. Hopefully this won't be just like a one thing where it's just like a golden year of boxing and in the next 5 years it'll be totally ass. Hopefully it's not like that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens from him.
I think these young crop of younger fighters who are coming in, they want to fight each other, dude. And I think that's what's helping boxing this year is that these young guys want to fight each other. There's so much competition now, especially in like the 135, 147, 154, and 168. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of competition in those respective divisions. So hopefully those guys can continuously want to fight each other. Hopefully we get Benavidez versus Canelo because hopefully they just sent him an offer supposedly for him to make some money. So
Canelo should take that fight. Like Bibble already said, his team already said we don't want to take that fight. There's nothing that benefits us from that fight. Mm-hmm. From what I've heard, I don't know if it's true. It's just that Canelo's making all these demands again. I'm like, bro, you are not the A side in this fight. You are the B side. Accept that. It is what it is. So Canelo, go ahead, take that fight. Take Benavidez. That's your big payday, man. And then honestly, you already have a couple of people questioning some of your last opponents that you've chosen. So I think it's about time, man. You have a big fight. You know what I mean? Like take Benavidez, man. You know what I mean? Because David Morrell, he's coming. He's coming. My guy is coming, dog.
Well, supposedly, if Canelo don't take that fight, that's what they're gonna order Benavidez to fight against Morrell.
Hey, I ain't gonna be mad at either one. I think Benavidez Morrell would be fucking crazy. I think you would have to edge Benavidez just on experience. But my God, man, if you have not watched this man, David Morrell, please do YouTube that man. That man is gonna be he's a scary fighter that's coming up for sure. Yeah, definitely. You got a lot of good ones too. Yeah,
it's gonna be a great year. We also got Danny Garcia versus what's his name? Laura's that's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, didn't Boots just get a fight? Didn't he just sign a fight? Ain't he going to fight some?
Who?
Boots.
Who?
Boots.
Yeah, he's fighting some dude named Roman Villa, something like that. I think he fights.
Okay.
July 8th. I want to say they fight. So
I thought he would be on the undercard. I thought he would have been on the undercard with the Terrence and Arrow fight.
I wish he was going to be on there too, but it is what it is, brother. But
right.
Definitely gonna be a great year for boxing for sure.
For sure.
All right, man. Let's switch to the NFL, bro. The talk of the NFL right now is that Dhop got released from the Cardinals. About a couple weeks ago. Got released from the Cardinals. There was always speculation that he was going to get traded to this team or that team, but nobody wanted to pay those draft compensations and pay that contract or try to restructure his contract or whatnot. So he got released right before the post-trade destination thing. So the Cardinals just have to pay his salary just for this 1 year, and then he's off the books, and then next year they can go into rebuild mode. Before we get into the D-Hop, what does this mean for the Cardinals?
It means they're tanking. It means Caleb Williams, come to me. It means Marvin Harrison Jr., come to me. That's all that means, man. We know these boys is tanking. They is tanking. And I don't blame them. You know what I mean? I think what it means for the Cardinals is I think they're gonna let Kyle Murray heal, and then they're gonna use him as a trade asset for next year's draft. You know what I mean? Try to get more picks. You know what I mean? So I know they got who did they trade? They get so they're gonna have 2 first-round picks already next year, right?
Yeah.
So they could potentially get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. next year. And then on top of that, if you trade Kyle Murray, they might get another first-round pick to pick a defensive player or maybe an offensive lineman, whatever it is. So the Cardinals could be looking like terrible now, but they could be the next up-and-coming team in the next couple of years for sure.
Worst to first.
100%. I don't blame them.
There's always a team in the NFL that goes from worst to first. So they could be one of those deals, and maybe this new management with the Cardinals. Sometimes you gotta have a bad season to have a good to great season. So maybe they're looking at it like that. I feel the same way as you. I think they're tanking. I think they're gonna end on the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. At worst, if they don't get Caleb Williams, they can get Drake May. So hey. They make out good regardless, Yeah. And I do believe they're gonna put Kyler Murray on ice. Cause what point is it to make him play in the middle of the season if he's ready by mid-season and then he busts ACL again? Now you got to trade him for maybe a 3rd or 4th round. Keep him on ice. You can still get a first-round pick. Somebody's gonna trade the first-round pick for Kyler Murray. I don't know who, but somebody's going to trade a first-round pick.
Well, depending, you might be able to get multiple first-round picks for him, depending, how desperate some team may be. You know what I mean?
Or at the very minimum, a first and a third. You at least get a first and a third for dude. Trade him. You know what I'm saying? And stock up on draft picks. That team gets their quarterback of the future. Kyler Murray might be happier somewhere else. So
yeah, let's say Justin Fields doesn't work out in Chicago. You got Chicago right there. You know what I mean? Let's say things happen with Miami with Tua. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. You'll have that opportunity right there as well. My Raiders. You don't know what's going to happen with Jimmy. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of options out there for the Cardinals. I think a lot of people are saying like they're in a terrible position. I think they're in an amazing position right now with the crop of players that are coming out next year. You know what I mean?
If they do it right.
If they do it right. So let me ask you. This question is really for you because your team is pretty much in lining for this player, D-Hop. What do you think is going to happen with D-Hop? What chances do you think your Chiefs have of getting him? Or if not, where do you think he might go?
0 chance that he comes to the Chiefs.
Why? Why 0? Why 0?
Because Brett Veach is a penny pitcher. When it comes to wide receivers, he is a penny pitcher.
Yeah.
The only receiver he paid lots of money to was Sammy Watkins. And that year, he was trying to just stop. Patrick Mahomes on a rookie contract. I'm trying to stockpile wide receiver and trying to make this thing work. You know what I'm saying? This kid is young. He got an arm. Let's get him all the weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whereas now, and you think we being cocky. I don't think we're being cocky.
You are. You guys are cocky, dog. You guys are cocky.
I just think they're being cost effective because as much as team friendly as that contract is with Patrick Mahomes, he can't go out there and give all his money to wide receivers. Like he just can't. Like maybe next year, but this year we still got to pay Chris Jones his money. We still got to see what we're going to do with our corner, L'Jarius Sneed. Like, there's too much questions.
But what wide receiver talent do y'all have? You keep throwing me Kadarius Toney, but come on.
I'm throwing you Kadarius Toney because this is how they feel about Kadarius Toney. They wanted to draft him that year he was coming out in the first round. They wanted him. But I think the Giants jumped ahead of him and got him. Right. They wanted Kadarius Toney. But so that's why they went after him to go get him because Veach, loved him. They saw first round talent on Kadarius Toney. And look, you see the potential in the kid. Like if he's healthy, and that's how big if he's healthy, The kid has talent. He does have talent.
100, yeah, for sure.
Is he a first round? Is he a wide receiver 1? That's yet to be seen. But at the very minimum, he could be a 2, a high end 2, I think. So,
I just think there's no reason why you guys shouldn't get D-Hop. I know you want D-Hop. I know you do. But I don't see why you guys with the quarterback like Mahomes, like, yeah, he can make a lot of receivers look great. What do you think he's gonna do with D-Hop? D-Hop might look like old D-Hop with Deshaun back in the day. You know what I mean? Like this man, I think this man still has some energy left in those legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and obviously he was never known for a speedster, but this man can catch anything that's thrown to him. So if you have D-Hop I think Kadarius Toney will be amazing too. Number 2, I think he'll be amazing. Then or 3, I would say a 3. If you guys get D-Hop, he will be a 3. With Travis Kelce, man, like I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all at all. But I think y'all will be almost unstoppable with D-Hop, honestly. Yeah. I think so.
I trust me. I'm not gonna sit up there and act like I don't want D-Hop, but I'm being realistic about our team. we are always linked to said top superstar who wants to come to the Chiefs, and then he ends up on the Bears. So
So where do you see him going? Where do you see him going?
I think he goes to Cleveland personally.
You think he gonna link up with Deshaun?
I just think they have the money to pay him what he wants, and I just think Deshaun wants him. I think they have that interest. I just think that he's going to go to Cleveland. I don't think he goes to Buffalo. I don't think he goes there. I don't think they want to pay him and have a disgruntled Stephon Diggs. Like,
so if he goes to Cleveland, how do you think? Would you think they'll be up there with you guys as far as like title contenders and all that?
I don't know about title contenders. I mean, they're fringe. I would say they're fringe title contenders. Like, they're definitely a playoff team. Like, I definitely think they're a playoff team that can make noise if they get if they're healthy and hot. That's a team that you would have to worry about in the playoffs, because if Deshaun Watson returns back to form that we know him in Houston, then yeah, because they loaded up. You got D-Hop, you got Elijah Moore in the slot. You still got Amari Cooper. They drafted the kid from Tennessee, Cedric Tillman, who I was very high on. Like, they got a nice little receiver. They still got Njoku. They got Nick Chubb in the backfield.
Yeah, man, that's a scary squad, boy. That's a scary squad. If you get old Deshaun Watson back, I honestly, if they get old Deshaun Watson back, I don't see how you don't have, like, obviously you would have to put you guys up there just off of what you guys established, but I low-key think they might be better than the Bengals. Like, you know what I mean? If you get old Deshaun back, they might be the second best, maybe even first best team in the AFC.
And look, Bengals fans, I hate y'all. Bengal fans, I hate y'all to death.
Go ahead, talk that talk.
and look, I know you hear us on Twitter, Chiefs Kingdom coming at y'all, telling y'all that the AFC North is nothing to be played with this year, man. Like, if the AFC North stays healthy this year, y'all, it ain't gonna be a cakewalk for y'all. Like, y'all making y'all think it is. Like, every team in that division got better. Every team in that division got better.
Watch out for Lamar. Watch out for Lamar.
The Ravens have gotten better at wide receiver. They've lost some pieces on defense, but I think they're gonna score a lot of points, like just like the Bengals do. So they're gonna and when Lamar is healthy, he beat the Bengals. Like,
for sure. Like, I'm sure in a future episode we'll go through our predictions, how we think the season is going to play out for each division, each team, and all that. But I'm gonna say this right here: I think the Baltimore Ravens are winning that division. I think they're winning that division. Anytime Lamar Jackson has been healthy and starting on that team, they have been the top AFC team in that division and in the conference. So, if we can get Lamar to stay healthy, they got some pieces on the wide receiver. I don't think it's not out of play that D-Hop may have a chance to go there too. You know what I mean? Depending on how they feel. If they get D-Hop, boy, watch out. Lamar's coming. I believe in that boy. You know what I mean? But that boy's coming for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if he ends up on the Ravens, like you said, that'd be scary too. So, but I can see him going to Cleveland. Now, if this dude goes to like some trash team like Carolina,
he talked about going back to Houston. He said he want to go back to Houston. There's a little rumors about that.
If he goes back to Houston, he was unserious about wanting to win the championship.
It's all about that, baby. It's all about that.
Hey,
And I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Hey, I ain't mad, bro. I ain't mad.
Get your money, man. But don't get on
Yeah.
these cameras and then somebody, man, I want to win the championship. Like, no, you don't.
Yeah,
Man.
boy. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That'd be irking as hell, bro. You get some players be like, yeah, I want to win a chip. I want a chip. But nah, that bag though, that's hard to say no to.
Yeah, and then when them
it is.
championship teams come to you with that 1 year.
Honestly, like I feel a little bit more with the NFL players. Like I don't take it too much to heart because I know it's a little bit harder for them guys to get paid. You know what I mean? So, D-Hop, if you want to get your bag, bro. But you know where you need to go if you want to win that chip, man. You already know. You have your options, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, I don't see him going to Buffalo either. I don't think that. I mean, even though they just signed Ed Oliver, and I think they're making room for your boy from Minnesota, Dalvin Cook.
Oh, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah,
they need to figure out how to keep Stephon Diggs happy because I think that boy in one way he has a ticket on the way to Dallas because I think he won't play with his brother out there.
I get all that, but if Buffalo want to win, they got to get more balance, man. They can't be so Josh Allen centric because if they continue to be Josh Allen centric, they ain't win no Super Bowl. I'm gonna tell you that right now. They need to reduce the time, the attempts on Josh because the more attempts is the more he's more prone to throw interception.
100%, yeah, for sure. They gotta make sure Von Miller healthy too because once Von went down last year, you could just see their season just went to bed after that. So
and I think it was a good pickup for them to sign Leonard Floyd. He's a good defensive end, good veteran to be in that room. That he can get after the quarterback too. So if Von Miller takes some time to get up, you still got Leonard Floyd on one side. So I don't know. We'll see. I personally, I think Buffalo might take a step back, but it's all on if they get Dalvin Cook, then they're headed in the right direction too.
Yeah, for sure.
I do think that Dayball leaving them was the step back for Josh Allen because I just don't think Ken Dorsey calls plays like Dayball. Like Dayball is a skill, calling plays is a skill, man. You gotta know it's a chess match. You know what I'm saying? You got to know when to call this play, when to make your adjustments. And I don't know. I just feel like Ken Dorsey was like Josh Allen or bust.
Yeah, Brian Daboll made Daniel Jones look like Michael Vick, prime Michael Vick. So I could definitely see why you would say that. Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely. So, well, while we're talking football, I wanted to go over our division a little bit, man.
Okay.
Afc West, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's our division. I'm a Chiefs fan. You're a Raiders fan. So, before we get into the other teams, how do you feel about your Raiders coming in this season?
It's a moment of silence right there because I have no idea what my team is doing. I have no sense of direction, what they're doing at all. I'm gonna go through a list of players that we signed. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find this real quick. So, Jacoby Myers, like we got a lot of offensive players that I don't think we really needed. I don't think we addressed a lot of our defensive needs that we needed. I know we got like Marcus Epps. We got him from the Eagles. We got Brandon Fassion. We got him. We got Jerry Tiller. Who else did we get? We got Jordan Willis, Jaquan Johnson. We got Duke Shelley at cornerback. So it's a lot of guys. Obviously, it's not a lot of flashy names. I still think we're missing a lot of help in cornerback play. I think we're missing a lot of help in defensive linebacker play. You got Hunter Renfrow and Trey Talks like every damn day. You got DeAndre. You got Devontae Adams. He's going through his motions at this point. He don't know if he want to be there or not. Then you got the whole incident with Jimmy Garoppolo's foot. I'm like, bro, we just getting damaged goods. And then on top of that, I like Tyree Wilson. I think if he's put in I think him pairing up with Max Crosby will be great. I think it will. But at the same time, you had Jalen Carter right there. And then it pisses me off every time I see a report where this man is, and I get it. These are off-season camps. But that's saying this man is killing it right now. You know what I mean? And then I hate to say this because I really don't want to be disrespectful to anybody. These players work hard. But this guy is already has a broken foot. So he's coming in damaged. We got a quarterback who who already stays hurt every season. You know what I mean? Then we drafted some guy, Aiden McConnell. Bro, like I was able to talk to a top Big 5 power conference coach. I was able to meet a top 5 power coach, and this guy literally told me this guy is trash, literally trash. You know what I mean? So if you got people, if you got a coach in a Power 5 conference already telling me the guy that we drafted in the 3rd round is trash, like, bro, I got to take that to the bank, man. So honestly, I'm not really expecting much. I really don't have any kind of expectations, especially like how I did last year. I thought we had a better opportunity. Hopefully they'll be able to do something with my man Josh Jacobs. I would love for him to stay, but I know how it is, how running backs get treated, man. They get treated very disrespectfully. So I could see this being his last year. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Devontae Adams get traded. Who knows what this direction of this team. I'm more confused than anybody else. You might have a better opinion about it with the outside looking in, but I'm not expecting much, bro. Our schedule starts out brutal. You know what I mean? We go to the Dolphins week 1, then we go to the Buffalo week 2, and then we come back for Pittsburgh, even though it's a night game in week 3. I'm expecting us at best to go 1-2. 1-2. Because, bro, yo, if pick up Tyreek Hill in the first week, and if you got to trade him after that, do it. Because my man's going to have about 250 yards against our cornerbacks. He's easily going to have about 250 yards against our quarterbacks. And I mean that respectfully. But at the end of the day, man, nothing has been proven through these eyes that we have answered any kind of questions about our defense. I think our defense is still going to struggle again. Our offense should be okay, depending on Jimmy Garoppolo can stay healthy. But at the end of the day, we're going to be giving up 30 points easily a game, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I can't disagree with what you're saying about your Raiders. I think your Raiders should have drafted a corner in the 1st round. That's just me. Or at least went after a corner, maybe when you got Stephon Gilmore or somebody like that. You could have got him pennies of the dollar nowadays. I mean, he's not going to come expensive. Maybe even got Jalen Ramsey over there in the black and silver. You know, he would have looked good in black and silver. So,
but that's my thing, though. Sorry to cut you off. I'm like, we don't know the direction of this team. We don't know if we're trying to go for the win or if we're trying to rebuild. You know what I mean? Because we have experienced veteran players that are ready to win now. But then the way they're building this team, they're building it like a rebuild. So, like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, I'm not crying about losing Derek Carr, but you lose Derek Carr to bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. I think at the end of the day, Jimmy Garoppolo is the same player as Derek Carr. That just gets hurt even worse. So technically he's a little bit lesser of a player because he's never on the field. So, like, what are we doing? Pick a direction. Either we rebuild. If we're going to rebuild, have a chance to get Caleb Williams, have a chance to get Marvin Harrison Jr. There's too many great players, especially top heavy in the 1st round, that could change our direction as a team. And you know what I mean? At least establish something new. Like, what are we doing? Like come on, let's pick a direction. Like this, it's mind-boggling to me as a Raider fan to see this. And we go through this every single year. You know what I mean? We're like abused stepchildren at this point. Like, this is crazy. Like, come on, man. Like, this is mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
Yeah, man.
And you're enjoying every minute of this. I know.
I mean, I can't lie. I am. But okay. So, as far as my team goes,
yeah, please.
we're coming off this Super Bowl win, so it's kind of like I know I like what we did in the offseason so far. I like the draft picks that we got, especially the first 3 rounds. I like our first 3-round draft picks. Now, where my concern is, and look, I wasn't the biggest Orlando Brown Jr. fan. I think that he was overrated. A lot of speed rushers made their way with Orlando Brown Jr. If he had a speed guy in front of him, yeah, he was going to get smoked by that defensive end. So good luck to the Bengals on that one. But I still have questions on what they did with the tackle position. You give Jawan Taylor, $80 million. And at first you're like, oh, he's going to be our left tackle. He's never played left tackle, but he's an athlete, so we think he's going to be a left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And you sign Donovan Smith and then Andy Reid's like, well, no. Donovan Smith is our left tackle, and Juwan Taylor's the right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the third round, you draft a tackle in Wanye Morris before you sign Donovan Smith. So everybody's thinking like, okay, Taylor's going to be the left side. Either Lucas Niang, our third round pick that we drafted 4 years ago, and the Wanye Morris kid is going to battle it out for the right side. Okay, cool. I'm not mad at that. But now Andy Reid's like, no, Donovan Smith's going to be the left tackle, and what's name's going to be the right tackle. Taylor's going to be the right tackle. So we're going to see how they look. Our interior offensive line, I'm never worried about that. We got some of the best interior offensive linemen in the league, so I'm not worried about that. It's that tackle position, especially that left side. The right side, I mean, I think Taylor's an upgrade, definitely an upgrade over Wiley. I never was I hated Wiley. I think Wiley was terrible. At times, he used to get beat all the time.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? But I think Taylor's an upgrade. You just paying a lot of money for a right tackle. So it's like, whatever. So that's one of my concerns. My other concern, we just talked about it, the wide receiver position. Like, yes, do we have some guys on there that I feel like have some talent? I think Sky Moore is very talented. I think Kadarius Toney is very talented, but they're young and unproven.
Yeah.
And yes, I get it. You got Mahomes, and I think Mahomes can upgrade the level of talent around him. He's that type of quarterback. But still, you know what I'm saying? You're banking on a lot here. Like you're banking on Toney being healthy at the very minimum 14 games. If we can get 14 games out of Toney, that's a win.
Right.
That's a win.
Yeah.
We're still banking on, and I love Travis Kelce, but that fountain of youth is gonna go away someday. It's gonna go away someday.
How old is Travis Kelce? How old is Travis Kelce now?
33, 34.
33? Okay.
So, and I get he's starting to slow down, even though he's still putting up the numbers. You can tell he's slowing down. He's slowing down. Like there's plays where he'll catch a ball and then walk right off that field and go get a break because he can't run like he used to. So it's gonna be interesting to see how our offense look. Hopefully Andy Reid runs the damn football this year.
Bro, that's not happening, bro. That's not happening, bro.
I just want him to take Pacheco and just run it, man. This kid is young, got legs, just run it, man.
He's not, bro. He's not, bro.
Just give me 60-40. That's all I have. 60-40. Not 80-20. Give me 60-40, man.
You better put your opinion in that little what do they call that? A little opinion bin where if you want to take advice type thing, because that's about as close as you're gonna get to getting that, bro. It's not gonna happen.
So, but overall, I'm not concerned about I think the offense will be fine, but I do have my concerns. Now, on defense, I actually am very optimistic about our defense this season. I think that we've gotten better at positions. We're bringing back a lot of youth and especially in the secondary, guys who had to play a lot of snaps last year, a lot of rookies that they just went out there and put them on the field and let them go trial by fire. And they got better during the season too. So I expect big things from Trent McDuffie. I think he's going to be a good corner in this league. But Jerry Sneed has always been good. He's a solid, versatile corner. I love Jalen Watson, Josh Williams, the safety Cooks. I have high expectations for him too. And I think our defensive line is as crazy as it sounds. We were second in sacks, and I think our defensive line got better because we got younger. Now, I do want us to bring in a veteran defensive end. Like I wouldn't mind bringing back Frank Clark or bring Carlos Dunlap back or any even what's his name, Ngakwe, bring him in. Because he said he doesn't care about the money. So if he could take like a little veteran minimum contract, bring him in to be that veteran guy, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'm straight with the defensive line. I think our defense is going to be a lot better than what people give it credit for. I think that's where our balance is going to come in this year, that our defense is going to be, at least top 10. I think it'll be top 10.
So if we can play a little game called Guess the Ranking, where do you think your defense will finish this year?
I think we'll be around 10 to 12.
10 to 12?
I think we'll be about 10 to 12.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely think it would be 10-12. I could be wrong. We could be getting smoked out there.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this, bro. Don't let Jimmy Garoppolo smoke y'all, because I'm coming, bro. If that happens, bro, I'm coming with the heat, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
But it all predicates on this defensive line. I think, but like I said, I like the kid from 49ers, Charles Aminu.
Okay, yeah.
He
He
was
was
pretty.
good.
He
Yeah,
was
he's
good
pretty
with the
good.
49ers, and I think he's
Mm-hmm.
going to have a bigger season. Now that
Yeah.
he's going to have an expanded role. So I
Mm-hmm.
think I like Tranquil. Tranquil was good with the Chargers. I always thought he was a good linebacker. So he's good in coverage too. So I
Mm-hmm.
like that pickup too. So yeah, man, overall, I think our defense is going to be better, but I do have my concerns on the offense. But,
Yeah, for sure.
you
It
know.
should be an interesting season, man. Especially in the AFC West, to going how it was last year, where everybody had us being like the greatest division of like all time, to now seeing where the division is with with the Broncos. They got Russell Wilson with Sean Payton. See how that goes, and then you guys still got the Chargers going on, and then we already talked about us and the Chiefs. So let's see how it goes. As I said, I'm always gonna have love, and I'm always gonna support my boys, man. Like I'm always think, even though how I feel, I'm always gonna believe we're gonna win every game. But I am a realist, man. We need to find some answers quick. Hopefully, the guys that we drafted, as far as like a couple of the cornerbacks, I like the couple of them that we drafted. I think they're just young, man. So I don't know how they're gonna produce at the end of the day. These guys might surprise me and end up being like some great cornerbacks. So, and hopefully that happens. I'm gonna cross my fingers. But until we figure out what we're gonna do with that defense, we can figure out what Patrick Graham doing as far as like what are we gonna be? We're gonna be 3-4, 4-3, like what? Like bro, make a decision, bro. Like you know what I mean? Hopefully Chandler Jones, man. Hopefully he can come out a little bit stronger than what he did last year. He came on late. Hopefully we can start a little stronger. Hopefully with Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby, and Chandler Jones. I think that's a really good defensive line. Obviously we still have a couple holes there, but I think we might have. I think we'll be do a little bit better in the sack game, but them linebackers, man. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, man. So, like you said, Chargers is going to Charger. They'll probably be injured by week 3.
Overrated, bro. Overrated, bro. To Chargers, bro. They stay overrated, bro. They be telling them they're like, yo, they got the greatest squad. They're like, bro, get out of here. They're gonna end up being 8-8. And here, I said it here first. Justin Herbert is overrated. He's overrated, bro. I'm sorry, man. This man hasn't done anything. He's had talent upon talent upon talent, and I get it. Some of his receivers have gotten hurt, but my God, bro, they especially that Jacksonville game pretty much said it all to me, bro. Like it just they were up by what was it, 27-0, and you can't close that out, bro. You're supposed to be. You're always labeled a top 4 quarterback in the league. You think Patrick Mahomes is letting go a 27-point lead? You think Joe Burrow's gonna let go of a 27-point lead? You think Josh Allen's gonna let go of a 27-0 lead? No, come on, man. No way. So come on, man. I'll believe it when I see it with the Chargers, man. Broncos, like the only thing I believe is Sean Payton, Russell Wilson. Broncos country, let's ride. No, that ain't happening, bro. No, it's not happening either.
Not happening?
Do you believe it's happening? You believe that? No way. He get to go home to Sahara. That's about the best thing he got in that contract.
Yeah, it's I don't know. The defense is always good. I will say that. They're like the crazy stat to me. I think this was the craziest stat from last year.
What's that?
If the Broncos had scored 18 points a game
last year,
they would have been 14-3, bro.
That's crazy. Yo, that defense is hard. Patrick Surtain, bro. Hey, you would look amazing in a Raiders jersey. Even though I never happened, bro. You would look amazing in a Raiders jersey. But yeah, no, that defense is the defense is raw. Yeah, hopefully Javonte, get back healthy, man. I like them as a running back, man. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll see, man. Like, at the end of the day, I hate to say it, it's still your guys' division until proven otherwise at this point. So see how it goes, man. Maybe we might surprise y'all. Maybe.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like it can't happen. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see.
Yeah, right.
All right, with the last subject, man, let's talk about the NFL schedule, man. Like, what games this year are you? Actually, no. I want to talk about. Then we'll get into the schedule. Who's your dark horse team this year?
Dark horse team. Man, let me think. I think. Are we talking about like just making playoffs, just becoming better? Like what are we talking about? Have a chance to win the Super Bowl?
If they make the playoffs, you'd be like, all right, we gotta watch out for this team.
I would low key say Carolina. I like what Carolina has going on, man. You know, I've heard really good reports with what Bryce Young is doing. You know, commanding that team. I think that defense was really good last year. Obviously, the only thing I would consider is that they lost their starting receiver, due to that trade. So we'll see how that goes with Moore. But I think especially with that division with the South, man, I think the South is so weak this year. The only team you really have to fear is the Saints. But you got to still figure out what's going to happen with Alvin Kamara, and can Michael Thomas stay healthy? Can Derek Carr, not turn over the ball every damn time? So out of anybody, I would say the Cardinals would probably be my surprise pick, honestly, as far as dark horses.
I'm not mad at that.
What about you?
This might surprise you, man. I'm putting all my chips into one. He's gonna have to have a second return season. He just got paid. Nobody's talking about this team. Seattle Seahawks, man.
The Seahawks? You call that a dark horse team?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
I do think they're
Why? Bro, they made the playoffs last year.
They did make the playoffs, but was there really any expectations on them last year? It was just kind of like, oh, okay, Gino's playing good. Everybody's waiting for the other shoe to drop on Gino.
Right.
Let's get real. I think this year there's real expectations. DK, he's there. You got Tyler Lockett. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba in there.
Oh yeah, I love their draft. Their draft was amazing. I thought they killed the draft. Yeah,
you got the corner. You got a corner to match with Tyreek Woolen. Like, I don't know, man. Their defense probably gonna be a little bit better this year too. I'd say the Seahawks, especially in the NFC, man. The NFC is not as strong as the AFC. So
you got them. Do you think you got them winning the division over the Niners?
I just don't know the Niners quarterbacks. Even though they do it, they just make it happen because their defense is just so great. And I'm not sitting there saying I wouldn't be surprised if they win the division again. Of course. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in the league, so he's going to coach up that team. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Seahawks sneak it and win it this year. I just think it's out of all the years, I think it's the most is open for them to win the division this year than there has been any other seasons.
We all know Kyle Shanahan is going to make Sam Darnold look like the next John Elway. We know it's going to happen, bro. That man is like a QB whisperer, bro. Like, that man makes everybody look good. I can see that. As I said, like, I don't think I would consider them a dark horse because I think they'll do better than what they did last year. I think that team is built. I think Pete Carroll has another amazing team on his hands. You know what I mean? It all comes down to Geno Smith at the end of the day. It depends if he's going to continue to have a great season like he did last year, or is he going to regress into the Geno that we all think that a lot of people think he is. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I can see that. Now let's get into the NFL schedule.
Okay.
What game on your schedule?
The Raiders schedule.
Are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to this because this will probably be one of the few games that I go to. Is the Jets game. I'm very curious to see how that game goes as far as like how Aaron Rodgers looks with the Jets with that new squad. I think around that time, I will probably have a really good idea what our team is going to be, whether we're going to be terrible, halfway decent, or really great, which is a low percentage. But that'll probably be the game that I think is probably the most exciting for me, just personal wise. That I can't wait to see how that Jets team looks in person.
Yeah, I could dig it. For me, I mean, dang. I'm interested to see how that Germany game goes against Miami. Now, the game I got circled is on New Year's Eve against the Bengals.
They did y'all schedule a disservice, man. Those two games right there make no sense where they put those at. No sense at all.
I agree. I think that game should have been in Arrowhead. The return of Tyreek Hill. I think that should have been the opener. Personally,
I agree. I
That's just
agree.
me.
I agree.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they feel. That's how they want to do it. But yeah, I think that should have been an opener. But I think that's going to be an interesting game. I dread that I got to get up at 6:30 in the morning and watch that game.
Nah. Yeah, yeah, I think it'll be a good game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would have changed that up though.
I think it's interesting. The stat that they said we're going to have the least rest of at all teams against all the opponents that we face this season.
Because how many miles do you guys travel this year? I think we're like in the 30,000, like close to 30. I think we're like close to 30.
I didn't even see how many miles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially with the Germany trip, I'm sure that's going to take it up a tick. I think because week 2 we travel to Jacksonville, then we come home for the Bears, and then game 4 we go to New York to play the Jets.
You guys got tough schedules. Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough.
And then I think it's a week 5. Is it week 5 we go to Germany? I think it's week 5 we go to Germany.
Week 5?
Yeah, I think it's week 5 we go to Germany.
Okay.
No. I'm wrong. Because our bye week is week 10, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to Germany week 9, and then and then we get the bye week, and then when we come off the bye, we play Philly.
Okay. Yeah, that's when you guys start y'all tough run right there.
We play Philly. So
okay.
So yeah. So that Philly game can be interesting too. I mean, even though it's an NFC team and whatever, but I can see that being some fireworks in that game. And of course, the Jets game. We finally, hopefully, they can stay healthy. One of them, both of them can stay healthy, and we get the State Farm Bowl, and we get Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes on the field together because they have never faced each other. Every time they're on the schedule, one of them got hurt or one had COVID.
Hey, the way these rules are going, as long as they don't pull no hammy, they'll be all right. They'll be all right because Hank can't get touched.
Yeah. So hopefully we get that matchup that we've been asking for. But
yeah, for sure.
It's interesting. It's an interesting game because we got Buffalo late this year.
Mm-hmm.
We play y'all late. Usually we play 1 year. We play you early. And then
the last couple of years we played late. Like we play like in like November. Then we always play like in December after that. Yeah, it's always weird.
Yeah. So and I think we played Denver early. There's a segment we played AFC West 3 AFC West teams straight.
Mm-hmm.
We played Denver at home. We play Chargers at home, and then we go to Denver.
You go to Denver?
Yeah.
Let me look at our schedule again. All right, let me see.
Like right in the middle, they got us going Denver, Chargers, Denver. I was like, wow, they getting Denver out of here.
Yeah. Let me see our schedule look like. Yeah, so we start off. Let's see. We start off. Oh, I lied. We start off with the Broncos. We go to Denver. I thought it was Miami. We go to Denver. Then we go to Buffalo. Then we got Steelers at home for Sunday night. Then we got the Chargers, Packers, Patriots, Bears. That's a toss-up. That can go either way. But then we got a mean one. Then we go Lions, Giants, Jets, Dolphins, Chiefs, Vikings, Chargers, Chiefs, Colts. God. Yeah, boy, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man. That Denver game should be interesting, at least to open the week. So we'll see how that goes.
And we got the Lions game opening week. I
don't know, man. I might pick the Lions, bro. I might pick the Lions, bro. I don't know. I might pick the Lions, bro. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't do that to you.
They got a little good squad, man. They got a cool little squad.
Don't do that to you.
Yo, Jared Goff, man, he ain't scared of the limelight, bro. You saw how much he put like a 50 squad on y'all a long time ago.
Don't do that to yourself. In opening weeks, man, Patrick Mahomes is 9-0, man.
Hey, man.
Don't even do that to yourself.
Hey, man. Hey. Every good thing has its end of the run cycle, bro. Everything expires, man. It's not gonna last forever.
I'll tell you, week 2, put your money on Jacksonville because we're going in that hot sauna in Jacksonville week 2. Now I can see.
I low key can see a reverse. I low key can see like y'all lose. Like it'll be a close game. I can see y'all starting off strong, opening night, but then the Lions come out second half and then just win by a field goal. And then you guys come out and stomp Jacksonville by like 10-14. Like I could see that too. So, who knows, man, at this point. You don't know what you're going to get.
We'll see. But yeah. Well, all right, man. It's a good first episode, brother. You know what I'm saying? We covered a lot of stuff, man. Hopefully everybody who's listening, if you're listening on you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, man, because we need our subscribers to go up. Need them to go up. You know what I'm saying? Because we need y'all support, man, to make this thing big. We trying to take this podcast to the next level, man, so we can get to a point we can start bringing on top tier guests on the show.
For sure. That's for sure. Ultimate goal.
That's the ultimate goal, man. To bring some players on here, ex-players, coaches, boxers, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever sports star, even musicians. You know what I'm saying? Because we will get into our musician bag every now and then, talk about some new music. It's been kind of a down year for music this year, but
it is. Yeah. We'll talk about some other things too, for sure. It won't just be all just sports, but I also want to say shout out to the Aces. Y'all undefeated right now. Shout out to them, and also shout out to the Golden Knights. It's game 2 tonight, so hopefully we go 2-0.
Yes, sir. Try to get that Stanley Cup. It's crazy that this expansion team has been good since it started.
Man, they
haven't had a bad season since they came into the.
I'll say this, man. For living in Vegas for so long, I lived over 20 years, man. It's great to see. I think the Golden Knights will always probably have a special place in Vegas, in the Vegas hearts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They came. It was the first year when after the big shooting that we had that year. Mm-hmm. They made it to the Stanley Cup that one year. So man, this team has a valid always have the back of the residents here in Vegas. You know what I mean? So it should be a good game tonight, man. Hopefully they can go up 2-0.
Yeah, man. And make sure if you don't want, you're not a YouTube listener or whatever, you can follow us on all streaming platforms. We will be available on Apple, Spotify, Google, all of Anchor. We'll be on all the streaming platforms for if you want to just listen to us, whether you're working out or you're riding in the car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll be on all. And also follow us on social media at Cris and Mal on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. We probably might get a TikTok soon. You know what I'm saying? I might put some content on that too. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so definitely follow us. And like I said, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, man. Hit the notification bell, man, and follow us. You know what I'm saying? So we interact with the people too. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? If you want some topics you want us to talk about or something y'all want us to bring up, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a question or you want to combat us on something that we said on the pod, man. We'll bring it up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, for sure. We'll definitely, as the bigger the show gets, the more, interaction we'll have, even during the podcast. So, we'll definitely make some stuff happen for sure.
Yeah, once the followers get up, man, we'll may do some live shows, every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Let you fans talk back to us, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, we ready for that.
So, all right, Mom, man.
All right, brother.
Man. Till next time, brother.
All right, my man. Stay easy.
All right, bro. Yep.